a simple understanding of math, which is an abstract means of understanding entities and essences, leads one to assume that there was a creator of the universe, because you cannot create something out of nothing.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Asserting that the various papers that have thought about the evolution of the various components of that polar system are drawing on only phylogenetic trees for their inferences and offering no biological details other than that. Just garbage.
Mostly
Garbage? Mostly garbage? Okay.
For the reader's benefit, we can go through these papers, and I that's a testable prediction. It's going to be the same.
Exactly why I'm writing it down.
So how would those rules code?
I don't know what you mean when you ask that.
Okay, well,
I don't see code in life.
You don't see DNA as a code as a.
When you say code, are you implying that there are just two things that share some sort of relation?
I'm saying it's digital when I say
well,
code.
It's definitely not digital. Even if I granted that DNA is a code, which I don't really have a problem doing, we can say that DNA is a code. It's not digital. It's not represented with ones and zeros or anything like that.
Well, I'm not saying it's ones and zeros, but it's digital in that.
But that's what digital means. It's represented with digits, like zeros and ones. But
no, not literally.
DNA
digital,
is no, that is what digital means. Ask any computer programmer.
Thank you, Jen. It helps us.
Yeah,
understand.
That's like almost like there's a code or something. There's some sort of really fundamental code there.
Well, look. It would be more.
We'll go through the papers, and we'll see it's going to be a phylogenetic reconstruction, which is tree drawing, which is not much more than first grade just drawing up trees.
There's an inherent language structure in the mind that we come with. So how do we explain that from an evolutionary point of view? Building that up gradually seems completely implausible.
DNA wraps around histones, isn't it? Yeah, it's not photons. If with a photon there would be nothing to wrap around because elementary particles have zero volume.
Yeah. There's 8 little histones that kind of aggregate and form this spherical little ball thing, and then after that you have another.
Gee, I wonder where the spherical ball comes from.
It comes from very complicated protein domains. That happen to be
Or
very
just
complementary to each other.
Just a light waveform.
But the initial concept of the laws of nature was, as one historian of science has put it, a juridical metaphor of theological origin. The founders of the scientific revolution used the metaphor of the laws of nature to express their idea that there was a lawful order to nature that was impressed on nature by the creator, and it was sustained. The orderly concourse of nature was a consequence of God sustaining the universe in its order. So the whole idea of lawful description of nature is a theological idea.
I mean, really, it's not a scientific
might I submit to you?
Richard Owen, who is a great taxonomist and biologist, he simply said, but that's not a scientific explanation. So he didn't refute it. He didn't say that it was an inadequate explanation. He just simply said it doesn't qualify as scientific.
There's no actual definition of life, because when you look at biological forms and chemical reactions, they look identical. You can't tell the difference between them when you go to small levels, so they don't look different.
This pencil is very different from a turtle.
Sure.
Right?
And therefore, we need to be open to following the evidence wherever it leads, and not limiting the set of explanations we're willing to consider to those that are simply materialistic.
human beings, eventually learn language over a bazillion years.
Yeah, that's why I was laughing. I wasn't laughing at you, Bubbles. I was just laughing at the Jen. I don't know. I guess trying to add some comic relief.